Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we're going to do a character guide on my boy Reno. The DFFOO god shined down upon me and gave me yet another free BT, so I got my boy pretty darn easily, and I'm excited for him. Now, he's not a must pull, but what you're going to see in this video is if you like to run a particular type of team comp, he's actually like really busted. So I'm really excited to show him off to you guys to see how he's looking, and you can decide for yourself if you're going to like him or not. So if you're not familiar with Reno, he's really like a debuffing support type character, and he has some of the most powerful debuffs in the game. He has a Paralyze that's fairly on demand. He's got a Pyramid debuff, which is probably his best debuff. It basically makes it so you can't... it's kind of like the Raijin buff, where like you just can't take damage. It's really, really nice, right? So very, very good. You can't get debuffed when it's on. It's just very, very nice debuff to have on. And his BT is going to make him extremely powerful for defense comps because it's going to allow him to actually delay your own party, which you actually want that in a defense comp, and I'm going to demonstrate that in the video. So in this video, we're going to look at his calls, his artifacts, and his spheres, and then take a look at him in a little showcase and see how he's looking. His call, by the way, is actually pretty dang good. The 15 is Electro Prod. This is going to apply the Numb debuff, which is a Paralyze, so that's really nice. Or no, sorry, not a Paralyze. I misquoted there. The way it works is when the enemies take a turn, they actually get delayed after taking their turn. Now, this can be really nice just for him as a call. The one thing is it's actually anti-synergistic with his kit, so he's kind of odd in that, like, you usually don't want to press this button, but we'll talk about that. But in terms of a call and you want to have access to a two-turn delay, you've got it there, right? Then we have Pyramid. The Pyramid is very powerful, and you could use this very similar to like a Raijin. It makes it so that Brave and HP damage dealt is reduced to 0, and you cannot be debuffed. So very, very good. The thing is, in the Pyramid debuff doesn't have a turn duration, but it falls off after like hitting a Brave HP or debuff inflicting skill. So it falls off very easily. So that's why the Raijin is so much better, is because you just have it for 2 turns. This is kind of like you get it once and then it's going to fall off like immediately. But it's very good. So, and Raijin is probably a call I don't talk about enough for actually how good it can be. And it also, by the way, dispels a buff off the enemies when you use it. So that is also very good. So yeah, his calls are actually really, really good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about his artifacts and his spheres really quick. And then we are going to go ahead and just hop into the showcase. So for artifacts, you want to go attack 108, and then this Turks or this consensus professional up. That gives him max brave and attack. Just really basic stats for him. You kind of treat him as a damage dealer because that's kind of what he's doing. He actually does do very good damage with the BT as well. So I would kind of just go attack 108 and a C50 passive. And then on his spheres. Reno does do weakness damage, so he's a lightning damage dealer, and he does imperil as well. So weakness damage is a good trigger on spheres. So I haven't like kind of like upgraded his spheres to the point I want, but I'll talk about it. So on the A slot, what I would say is maybe give him Rydia if you have it, because you want to go like the typical A slot stuff. You want attack, brave damage, things like that. You could do physical attack up with Reno as well if you wanted to. So like this one here, I just have a attack up when the enemy's debuffed, so that's totally fine if you want to throw something like that on. But I would say Rydia is a pretty premium one because you get attack and brave damage on that. But, you know, Sephiroth is good. Like any of the generic A ones I always talk about, like those are all fine. You can go attack, brave damage combo. Anything like that will work out well. The C slot's kind of interesting for Reno. So because he's kind of like a utility debuff type character, you could use this slot to do a few different things, right? So the problem is he doesn't heal in his kit. So a lot of the good C slots like want you to heal and you get like party attack up. I think Alphinaud is the one that you can use without healing. So Alphinaud, if you want to just do the traditional like party attack up one, that's probably pretty good here. But I went with Ceodor. Now the reason why I went with Ceodor is this one's going to heal the party. So I like the idea of a healing one on Reno. So one that actually gives him healing in his kit, right? Because I see Reno as kind of a utility character that you can add another piece of utility to him. And the way I'm going to use him is I'm going to use him in a lot of these defense comps. And these defense comps typically won't have a dedicated healer in them. So it's just a way to add more healing to the party. So I like the idea of doing a Ceodor or another like sphere that will actually give healing to him, right? And then on the E slot, I think Pain is very premium. I say this all the time, but if you have an E slot character that does weakness damage, Pain is like what I want to put there. Because once again, you get the party attack up, which is premium, but you also get a really fat enemy attack down. So I really, really like Pain here, and I think Pain is an excellent choice on Reno. So that's definitely what I would go there. Something like Vanille, I don't think I'd recommend as much on Reno, because he doesn't unbreak himself, and he's not like an off-turn damage dealer. I think the two types of characters that benefit from Vanille are either off-turn, that are going to steal breaks, or characters that just can break on demand. Those are the best ones for Vanille. And Reno already has Dispel in his kit a little bit, so yeah, you don't need Vanille as much on him, right? So with that, yeah, let's hop into the showcase. Let's get this rolling. We got to see my boy Reno. We got to see him doing some crazy things. So we are going into the Ultimecia fight. I suppose I will bring a selfie, sure. We will bring the selfie just so I do have a means to ramp if I want to. Now what I'm going to do with Reno is I think I am just going to open burst phase with him, and just so I can talk about his kit, because this is going to be the type of fight where it's going to go slow for me actually getting turns. The idea is the enemy's going to actually be taking a lot of turns. So I want to kind of just get this fight rolling, and we're just going to go through Reno's kit with his burst phase, and then we're going to just kind of let the team cook from there. That's going to be the plan. We already got rose petals going. We got everything. We got all the off-turn shenanigans. Oron, what we're going to do is we will just... I mean, we've got the free turn right away, so sure, let's EX. We're going to swap him for Selfie right away. And honestly, Selfie, I'm not even worried about launching here. I just want the free ramp. So we're just going to take the free ramp. We'll get as much percent as we can. That way I would be ready to go into FR whenever it appears. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something kind of odd here. So during Reno's burst phase, I'm going to hit his FR button and I'm going to talk about all the conditions. But then when I actually do the FR in battle, I'm actually going to do Oron's. Because his is more the FR you would want to use. Reno's is also very good. But it has, like, Ultimecia is not going to work good. Reno's FR is kind of weird. It's kind of contingent on what you're fighting against if you want to use it or not. So we'll talk about that. Whereas Oron, we can just always use it and we're good. So Oron, I think we want a Tornado right away. And then we'll get to Oron's BT soon. And I actually don't mind this setup right away where we're, like, taking a bunch of turns. Actually, do I need to use a Reno BT? Look at all the turns Reno's got coming up, actually. Huh. I maybe can just, like, attack through, huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm getting so many attacks. We actually might be okay. All right, well, with Reno, let's go ahead. We're going to start with Pyramid. That's usually a pretty... Oh, his stuff's out of order, sure. Okay, that's fine. I forgot to move his stuff around. We're good, though. We'll take it. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit Pyramid. This is kind of like one of his bread and butter attacks. All right, so let's talk about what Pyramid does. So this is going to be Brave damage taken up 20% to the enemies. Brave and HP damage they deal is reduced to 0, so they can't damage us. And the enemies cannot inflict debuffs. Very, very good. This is going to be dispelled after hitting a Brave HP or debuff inflicting skill. So it's kind of like you get it once and it falls off. But yeah, that's very good, right? Very powerful. Then we got Pyramid on. Let's go ahead. We're going to hit Electroprod. Now... I'm going to do it early because it's something you actually don't want to do if you're doing this type of team comp. Now, Reno, I think you can just use in a normal team and just kind of let him do his thing. But let's do Electroprod. And what this is going to do, it's going to be an AoE attack, and it is lightning damage. And it's going to put the numb debuff down, right? And if we look here, the numb debuff is 6 turns. So this is normally a 4-turn debuff, but he has another thing that adds 2 turns to the debuffs that he's putting on. So yeah, they're going to have this for 6 turns. So this numb debuff is going to be physical attack and physical defense down. Their next action is delayed by 2 turns after using a physical attack. So this is kind of subjective in that, like, so Ultimecia, it's actually not going to work on her because she's going to use magic attacks. But if the enemies use physical attacks, it's going to delay them, which in a defense comp, you actually don't want that. So we're not going to use it after this. So normally with Reno, you just kind of never press that button, right? But like I said, if you're doing like a traditional team comp and you're not doing like defensive off turn, then it's a good button to press because it can actually delay the enemies and it can help you be more offensive, right? Then let's go ahead and do Clim Hazard here. I mean, between Reno and Beatrix, like this is a very safe team comp, and Oron, like I don't know how these enemies even touch us with these three on the field. The other thing, I guess a disclaimer I should say, Reno is red, and I have my red like pretty much fully done. So Reno's going to have pretty inflated stats compared to somebody who doesn't. So we'll keep that in mind as we look at the numbers. Sure, let's shock them down. Make sure I have everything going in full force here, for sure. All right, Oron. Sure, let's BT effect with Oron. That is fine. Oh, you know what? I still think I am gonna do a Reno burst phase because I did want to show his FR without actually using his FR phase. I mean, I guess I could echo with him, but we'll run through a quick BT anyways. That'll help us get the burst gauge up a little bit, or the force gauge up a little bit. Sure, let's just do a burst phase with him. That way we can kind of just look at everything again, right? So sure, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and just do the burst phase. All right, so we'll go ahead. Let's hit the FR right now, and we can just talk about it. So this is called Galvanic Chain. Let's see what the damage looks like here. With Quistis, of course. Totally makes sense. All right, 1.8 mil, so pretty standard damage there. Now, we're going to talk about his FR conditions. Now, we're not going to see that happen in this fight. It does put Pyramid down on all the enemies, so the enemies will once again not be able to hurt us. And then the HP conditions are this. If you do electric damage or lightning damage on turn, it's 20%. If the enemy takes a turn, it's 20%. But it's 30% more if they use a physical attack. So his FR will work against anybody, but it's way more effective. So if you're going against enemies that are doing physical attacks, you're getting 50% off turn, which is very good. Like, they take a turn, you get 50%. Very, very good, right? So it can be a good one, but you pretty much only want to use it against physical attacking enemies, I would say. We did Pyramid already. Let's do the EX. This is EM triple shot. Let's see what the damage looks like on this. Okay, 1.2 mil. Solid damage for the EX. We'll take that. Is electric attack. It does put the EM triple shot debuff down. This is going to be an attack and defense minus 20%, and this is going to lightning and peril. So this gives us the weakness damage we want. I'm actually not going to use Electroprod, so let's just do Electric Dance. Okay, we got about, dude, 1.6 for Electric Dance? That's pretty good. So this is going to be a lightning attack again. It's going to give him the buff called Turk's Point. This is going to be an attack up, a max brave up, and it's going to thunder enchant. So any attacks he had that wouldn't have thunder will get it. And if they already have thunder, it increases the brave damage that the thunder attacks do, which is good. Sure, let's Pyramid again. So these guys are just getting a million pyramids. That's fine. Okay, and then, sure, let's do the AA. Debuff Act Longer Crush. Let me just find that one really quick so we can see. So this one, just a little HP attack. This is what makes inflicted debuffs get 2 turns extra duration on it, which is very good. Max Brave and Overflow stolen up. Brave damage limit up for 6 turns. So very nice little AA attack there. Will just do an HP plus because I actually don't want to do Electroprod. I actually want that to fall off of them now. That's okay. The thing is she steals a lot of turns anyways, and she doesn't use physical attacks, so I think we'll be okay. And now we're going to do the BT Neo Pyramid. And this is the big daddy thing. This is what I really like about Reno, is this BT here. This is where things are going to get nasty. We're going to get straight nasty with this. All right, let's talk about the BT. So the BT is big AoE attack. 6-turn burst effect. It enables the Turk's combo HP plus attack. We'll talk about that in the middle. That's really important. And then it's normal burst buff. So brave damage up, brave damage limit, HP damage, and HP damage limit up. Very standard burst buffs. But Turk's combo, boy. This is going to be an 11 HP dumping attack. Reno gets delayed by 1 turn. Allies get delayed by 2 turns. And it fills the EX gauge. And it applies Pyramid. Oh my goodness. My goodness. So this is crazy for this defense comp because One, it's pushing you back so the enemies can attack. It's reapplying Pyramid so that the enemies can't do anything to you, and then you just counter for days. This is insane. This is why I like them. We're going to see this. Let's get the BT effect up here for Beatrix. Now we're going to go crazy. So my goal is we are going to go into an Auron burst phase. Let Reno... So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to not delay at first, because we got to get the Auron thing going here, right? So Reno's just... Oh, we're full. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to not delay yet. I'm going to save the Turks combo. What I'm going to do... I suppose we can just... Well, no, I don't want to do the... I was going to say I can echo, but we're not in force time yet, right? So, and I can always refresh the BT effect if I need to. We'll just do an electric dance. That's fine. You see the weakness damage coming in. 2.3 million. Dude, he's actually hitting pretty dang good for what he is. Because I would not consider him like a main damage dealer. He's putting up some nice little numbers here. Well, I suppose, though, he's looking extra impressive. Remember, he's my crystal room. So, it's a bummer. They're taking all these attacks, right? We got to get to this Auron FR like ASAP. And they're going to take a bunch of attacks first. That's fine. I think we need to do Thunder Slash, sure. But yeah, he's looking really spicy. We haven't even seen the best part yet. We're about to see it, though. All right, we're just going to let this kind of run its course. All right, Auron stole the attack, which is good. All right, Auron, do your thing, my guy. Do your thing. Here comes the FR. Now this is where it gets fun and nasty. This is where it's going to be great. This is what we want to see. All right, let's just see this get a little bit wild now. All right, go ahead and attack me. Increase my force gauge for me, please. Please. Please just do it for me. Yep, 20%. We take those. 15. We take those. Unfortunately, Beatrix's off turn won't work because it's got to be melee, but that's fine. Trying to confuse, but guess what? We got Pyramid down. We got some things to stop that. Though my one complaint that I wish Reno had, being the nature of his FR and everything, I wish his 15 did something different so you could actually use it. And I wish he actually had a counter or a trap. That would be like the perfect... If he had that, he would be like the perfect unit. Oh, Auron got confused. The Pyramid had fallen off. All right. That's a bummer. Of course he confused. Of course he confused. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use the HP attack because now we got to get Auron a turn to get that pesky confuse off. He's the one unit I don't want to get confused here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to throw the Pyramid down. I guess I could have done the FR. That would have also done it. So now the next time he tries to confuse, he won't be able to do it. Then we just got to get Auron up. Sure, we'll throw down an Echo. This game just doesn't want me to show off the thing. Like, I've gotten delayed twice now of doing it. Reno's next turn for sure, we're popping it. And then you're going to see the power. Hopefully soon, because the enemies are about to explode. This is craziness. Alright. Yep, confused. Just get rid of it. Oh! He confused into a soar. I bet they regret that one. Oh my goodness. Confusion into a soar. Sure. Alright. She's cutting. I kind of wish she didn't right there. That's okay. Yeah, do your thing. That's fine. I mean, this is what we want, right? I just would like to do one Reno HP attack before they're dead. Okay, Reno's up. That's good. All right, let me finally show the busted thing. So watch this. Look at all the enemy turns. Reno is going to dump actually a very hefty attack here, and it's going to delay us. So Turks combo. And then watch, Beatrix should be just kind of like fly off the page here. Yep, just delayed back. We did 12 mil AoE there. And now we just give the enemies, look at just the lineup of turns that they have, right? Now, obviously, we can break in front of them, but luckily we got the proper break order there to keep them in front. And no, yeah, we just let them go crazy. And then we'll just, like, delay ourselves, right? And it's like, you're not going to see it very long here. I might try to do something a little bit more extended. I'm going to assume that Reno Shinryu will be good for this. So when I tackle his actual Shinryu, we'll try to do this again where you can see it, like, a lot longer. But this fight is a bit older, and man, the power creep is just crazy because we're about to blow this up like no problem. But you get the idea that Reno is going to pop a very powerful HP attack, that Turks combo, and it's going to delay ourselves and just let the enemies go crazy, right? And it's like, sure, Beatrix, I can try. Here, we'll do a Holy Knight Safeguard. I guess that's going to give me another turn. But yeah, we're basically going to just kind of finish it here. We'll just do like an HP plus. Let her go, but she's just going to kill herself. But you can pair Reno with like any off-turn damage dealer and make just some insanity team comps. And like Reno himself, his FR can operate well. You just want to make sure you're going against physical attacking enemies, right? So anyways, guys, there you go. There's Reno. I think he's actually looking fantastic. Let me know what you think of him. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.